Welcome back, everybody. Well, as we've been reporting to you this hour, the crisis at the border is heating up and spilling out onto the streets in some states. Several people now under arrest after a confrontation with police during immigration protests near a Border Patrol station in Murrieta, California. It's an amazing sight to see protesters swarming buses transporting some of the illegal immigrants out of Texas. The sense of urgency is apparent. California Congressman Swalwell, just back from Texas, getting a first-hand look at the overcrowded housing facilities where unaccompanied illegal children have been staying. Here's a recent tweet from the congressman well after his tour of the detention facility for children crossing the Texas border, saying, "Saw about 500 people crammed in tight conditions. Breaks your heart." Congressman Swalwell joins us now with his insights. Welcome. Great to see you here today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Uma, for having me.
You know, I know you were very troubled based on your reports and your tweets. Give us a few more insights on the conditions as they are right now.
I toured that facility on Thursday in southeastern Texas, and you saw hundreds of children and mothers in very tight quarters. Many of the children had come here by themselves, and I quickly learned, talking to them, that they came here seeking what many of us take for granted and were given at birth, which is opportunity here in the United States. But of course, I saw the challenges that our Border Patrol agents face, not being able to take on so many children. And these Border Patrol agents, in such difficult conditions, Uma, they are stepping up and they are treating these children with decency and humanity. They're spending money out of their own pocket to buy food and provide toys and blankets to hundreds of children coming in every day, and it's really stressing them, but they have stepped up, and that is a silver lining in this crisis from what I observed.
Absolutely. Well, you, along with other congressional leaders, were in Texas, meeting with Texas Governor Rick Perry, trying to find some way to handle this situation. Even though there is agreement that this is a humanitarian crisis, there is big disagreement on potential solutions from security to immigration reform. Right now, though, we can't really afford to wait for review boards, et cetera. What should be done immediately to prevent this from escalating to the point of no return?
There's a short-term fix and a long-term fix. And the short-term fix is to fix the 2008 law signed by President Bush, which says that any minor who comes from any country other than Mexico and Canada has to be taken care of in the United States within 72 hours. I think we need to fix that in a way that gives more discretion to the Border Patrol on a case-by-case basis to look at the child, whether they have a family member here or if they have simply come here alone, and we can return them to Guatemala, Honduras, or El Salvador. The long-term challenge, though, is addressing the economic and security issues which are driving these children to our country. And right now, those countries have the highest homicide rates in the entire world, and Mexico is essentially looking the other way as these children pass through Mexico to come through our southern border.
Well, do you think the president right now is continuing to give the green light to people, to letting them know that if their children come to America, they will be allowed to stay?
It's not the president. It's actually that 2008 law that says if you come here under the age of 18 without a parent, we will take care of you. So that's why I think we need to fix that law and go to a case-by-case basis. Also, you know, the deferred action, executive action the president took, that was in 2012, and we saw fewer than 25,000 minors come over when that was taken by the president. And so now we're on pace to have 80,000 minors. So I think this is not children coming because they have an invitation from the president. I believe it's the conditions in those northern triangle countries that are driving them up here. And so we need to put pressure on those three countries, but also Mexico. You know, Mexico is very culpable in this, and that they are essentially looking the other way, allowing these children to pass through on trains and buses without stopping.
Mexico really does bear a lot of the responsibility. I have just a few moments left, but let me ask you really quickly. The president is not planning to tour the border when he goes to Texas in just a few days. As I understand it, he's planning to attend a fundraiser there. Are you and others from the Homeland Security Committee pressing him to change his plans? And why don't you think he's made a trip so far in that direction?
I know that Secretary Jay Johnson has been down there, and his staff is now working down there every week, and so it is getting the attention from the administration.
But don't you think the president should show up? Don't you think it would make a big difference to see the president of the United States at the border?
Uma, I think having the Secretary of Homeland Security so committed to this is showing up, and you know, I'm not the president's scheduler, and I'll leave it to him to decide where he should go. But I believe Secretary Johnson is committed to addressing this crisis.
Well, Congressman, we really appreciate you joining us today. I know this is very important to you, and you're going to continue to follow the developments there. I hope you will continue to update us with what you're finding along the way.
Thank you, Uma.
Appreciate it.